Hello, my name is Leah Shmerling. I'm the Director and Principal at Crown Coaching and Training. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Mark O'Donnell. He's the MD at Rhino Money, and I've also tagged you with another label, an entrepreneur. Now, Mark, I'm very interested in your story because not only you've done a lot of things, but you left school and you had the choice of being a banker or working in film and television. And I know what most people would have chosen, which is film and television, but you chose banking. So please tell us about this.
Yeah, well, my last few years at school I did filmmaking and which I had interest in. Strangely enough, I didn't do accounting or economics. Got to the end of HSC at the time and then was offered a job in a film company. And like a lot of people at the time, parents and that said, no, you should do something more secure, and filmmaking is very sort of hit and miss, which probably still is. But so anyway, I ended up taking the job in the bank. So yeah, went in that direction.
Look, you're right. Parents, and I'm a parent, they do have an influence on the direction that their children do take. Obviously, in the end, it's up to the child. So what drew you to the banking sector, and why is that attractive to you, besides earning a salary?
Well, when I first started, it probably was a place to earn, reasonable living, and it was stable at the time. Banks were fairly conservative, and it was a good way to have an apprenticeship in finance, I suppose. So I looked at it that way, and I started in the ANZ 4 years. So I started at the bottom as a batch clerk and teller and the usual stuff, and sort of worked up to more senior positions in the bank. So it was a fairly normal beginning, I suppose. But during that time, I always wanted to do more creative things, which the bank really didn't give me scope to. So I went back to Swinburne part-time, did sales and marketing for a few years, which sort of led me in different directions.
So I understand with Rhino Money, you met David Phillipson, who is the partner, and you started off Rhino Money. Tell us a little bit about what Rhino Money does.
Well, Rhino Money is primarily a mortgage broking business, and David and I started about 12 years ago. We started a business called Donation Home Loans, which was a business that donated part of our trailing income, which brokers get. The more loans they write, the more trailing incomes. They get a small percentage of all loans written. So we gave half of our trailing income to the borrowers' nominated charities. So it was a bit different concept. It was more creative. Then after a few years, things changed a little bit. We'd given $500,000 to charity, and we went into Rhino Money, which was a more traditional type of mortgage broking business after that, and we've been together since then.
So how long has that been?
12 years in total. Rhino Money's been going for about 7, which was morphed into from Donation Home Loans.
I've got to congratulate you because you really are a trailblazer. It's a wonderful concept that part of the earnings straight away is fed to charity. I'm a big believer in that. In fact, it's a very strong religious concept that whatever you earn, in fact, 10% of the earnings go to charities. So you've actually implemented as part of a business philosophy and business structure. So what kind of organisations have you donated to?
Well, we were giving to 230 different charities at the time, and really the borrowers nominated every one that we had. So that was up to the borrowers, but they were everything from schools to major charities like the Red Cross.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I think organisations would probably take heed of that. It's an excellent model. So where is Rhino Money up to now?
Well, we're just, at the moment, we're just looking at ongoing things. We do more commercial lending. We're still doing residential lending, but more difficult stuff. We specialise more in difficult loans and that kind of thing, which you need to be a bit more creative about, and which calls on your background of finance, I suppose, and working through problems.
So I'm just thinking of you when you started up as a bank teller. Did you ever have a vision of where you will be?
Not really. I mean, I think you think a lot when you're 18, 19. You plans, but often they go in different directions. But look, I've always enjoyed being in finance, working for 6 banks and broking for some time. So I suppose, working with money and numbers and things has always been good, but we've tried to apply a more creative approach to things, which has sometimes been good and sometimes been bad. So yeah, that's sort of gone on from there. So that's more the basis of it.
So I'm a career counsellor and a trainer, so I can't help myself with this question. To get you along your journey, and obviously it's been a huge journey when you think about bank telling to being an entrepreneur, what training, what mentoring did you receive along the way?
Look, I've had some really good bosses and stuff. I'd say I've had some bad ones too, I guess, which is as good a learning curve as any. But having good bosses, I did do a few years of college at Swinburne, sales marketing, had some very good industry-based training there. And really it's just experience and trying new things. And it's, I've had mostly good bosses, which have been helpful, and support from them.
Terrific. So if you're going to give someone any advice about either starting up on their own, about people who wanted to be an entrepreneur, or about dreaming big, what advice would you give?
Try and be as realistic as possible, because I think you can dream big and come undone, but stick what you do, but have your feet on the ground and base it in realism, which is something I possibly haven't done all my career, but towards the end of it, it's proving to be the way to go.
I think there's a lot of wisdom, like we all have dreams, and dreams can translate into goals, but in the end it's about being planted and make sure you're strategic, get some guidance, get some training, but don't lose sight of what you want to do, and be creative, and that's obviously your creative side from your film and television.
Yeah, nothing wrong with being creative, but as long as you keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Mark, for your time today. Really appreciate hearing your story, sharing it with other people, and the wisdom behind that. My name is Leah Shmerling from Crown Coaching and Training. If you would like some career advice or interested in undertaking some training, please feel free to contact us. Please check our website, www.crowncoaching.com.au. Thank you.